Hi guys, how are you feeling?
Great.
I'm good. Sure. My name is Trent Eastgate and I'm the CEO of SetHub.
I'm Tamaraah Al Gabaani and I'm a fashion influencer.
Okay, amazing. Let's kickstart this episode with a bit of fiery questions. Are you guys ready?
Let's go.
Amazing. So, coffee or tea?
My stomach is rumbling.
I just heard a stomach rumble.
I think that I've always been a tea person, and then I tried coffee for a bit, but it made me so hyperactive, even though I love the taste.
What about the smell of coffee?
I
in
love the
morning?
smell of coffee.
There you go.
I love the smell of coffee, and I do like the taste, but it makes me so hyperactive. But there's nothing like a good karak.
Okay, correct.
Yeah.
I'm coffee.
Really?
I think I got overdosed with tea when I was a kid.
Oh.
So I don't touch tea anymore.
Tea with milk or
Tea with milk.
Yeah, okay.
So now it's coffee. Because of that smell in the morning, I have to wake up and have a coffee.
Is it black?
It's an espresso to start the day.
Okay.
And then it goes to a black coffee.
How many do you have in a day?
Don't ask that question. Probably too many,
Oh
but 5
no. Oh my God, that's a lot.
before 2 o'clock.
That's like you're having like an IV of caffeine.
Yeah, I need it.
Oh my God.
I need it.
Yeah, I think I'd like fly off to space if I had more than 2. Yeah. So tea is as much as I can handle.
Good.
Or black tea?
No, matcha.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah. Matcha, but like latte.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Continuing the questions.
Matcha latte.
Yeah.
Is that even a tea or a coffee? What is that?
It's a tea.
It's everything.
So matcha is a Japanese
Yeah.
tea, and it's a type of green tea, but you can have it with milk. So I have it with coconut milk.
Heels or flats?
Listen, I don't know about Trent, but for me, it's heels.
I have no comment on that. I prefer heels on others.
All right. Favorite city in the world?
Has to be Dubai.
Oh, wow.
It has to be Dubai.
Interesting.
Yours?
It's a really tough call. It's a really tough call. Like, obviously, to live, I love living in Dubai. But to visit, I really love visiting London.
I believe lack of planning is a big hurdle when setting up a company. You're not prepared for the unexpected. It could be cash flow issues that come quicker than expected, your marketing plans, even dealing with suppliers. Do you have a backup plan? Is there a plan B? Do you know what to do? I think the best business owners and entrepreneurs today have a business plan and they're prepared, which allows them to be successful. So if I was to give advice, it's making sure you put away some time to actually start planning and put a business plan in place so that you're ready for what's about to start.
What if people don't know how to do that?
If they don't know how to do that, one of the best things about where we step in as a company at SetHub is help you navigate. Now, you may be an amazing entrepreneur, but have you set up a website before? Have you dealt with Amazon, Noon, if you're going to go into the e-commerce platform? Have you got first mile and last mile transportation, warehousing? All this is where we will help you navigate and consult, but also advise and think, this probably works best for you, but what do you think works best for you?
I think the most important aspect of starting any business is passion. If you don't have the passion, I don't know what's going to drive you through the challenging times. And there are more challenging times than there are smooth times. As an entrepreneur, it's like you're putting out fires every single day. Like there's always an issue, there's always like a problem, and you have to solve it. And I think unless you're like really passionate about what you're doing, I don't know if that's going to have longevity. And then also like I really believe that everybody has a gift, and I do believe that your career should be somehow connected to your gift, whatever that is. And I think most people lack confidence in their gift, or they don't see that it's like a feasible business idea. But I do believe there is some kind of destiny that is connected to the gifts that you have, your talents, whatever they may be. And that, if you maybe just give it a shot, give it a chance and push through, I'm sure, like there will be success.
Yeah, but you touched on something which I think is very important, which is if you have that passion, I do feel one of the biggest hurdles is making that first step. To go from being an employee to being an entrepreneur and actually doing that on your own.
Yeah.
I think that's a big jump.
It's a huge jump. I see that not just for people who are in jobs, but people who are not working at all. Like some women are full-time mothers and housewives. Some people just never got around to working. And I think that sometimes that transition and that step is harder for them than for people who are in jobs.
Yeah.
And that's why I think that like it's just, nothing comes without risk in life, even every day that you wake up and you get in a car, you're still taking a risk. Like risks are everywhere every day, but people see taking this step as a huge risk. And I think it has a lot to do with looking like a failure, what they look like to other people. And it doesn't matter. So what, like most of these very successful people in the world, actually they are amazing at failing. That's what they do best. It's just failing and failing and failing and failing. I mean, look at Elon Musk, there are many, many examples. So it's just like to take the concept of what will people think of me out of your head and to just take the risk.
And if you can get over that failing bit, a lot of people are worried about what everyone else thinks about them. That's what we think, what everyone's thinking. The reality is no one really cares as long as you're focused on what you want to do, which is that business decision, that entrepreneurial license, that gap that you see and you want to go for it. And if that passion is there, go for it. Don't worry about what anyone else thinks.
Yeah. I think that like fall in love with the idea of failing, like be okay with failing. And you know what? People will talk about you. People will criticize you. People will judge you. And I experienced that. I experienced it till today. But like, it's just, you got to live for your own vision, because at the end of the day, you have to live with the life that you lived. Nobody else does.
Yeah.
And, when they interview people who are in hospices on their deathbeds, they ask them like, what do you regret? What would you change? And the first thing they always say is, I wish I didn't care so much what people thought.
True.
And like sometimes I remember when I opened my trade license, like I had this whole vision for this, fashion show and the fashion brand and everything, but it wasn't real until I got the trade license.
Yeah.
When I did that, alas, it was real. It was like suddenly everything came to life and the wheels started rolling, but until that moment, it wasn't real.
Because it's really personal. It's your company name. It's your name on that trade license and it's yours. It's your vision. And I think you're right. And I see that a lot where as soon as that license is issued, it's a big tick.
Yeah.
It's a big tick and it becomes a real personal accomplishment.
Yeah. And there's no way back after that. Like, because, you kind of, before that, you kind of go back and forth with your own self-doubt. And when you have that piece of paper and you have your trade license, you're like, no, this is real. I'm real. I'm like, I'm really a fashion designer. This is really happening.
In 2023, we witnessed a surge in individuals leaving their 9-to-5 jobs to pursue entrepreneurship and open their own businesses. Talk about it.
Yeah, Corona changed people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it changed like entire mindsets and what's important to you in life.
Agreed. I actually I don't know what I'm a Gen X. I think I'm a Gen X.
Yes, you are.
Am I?
Yeah.
I'm a Gen X. Gen Z is the latest one, right? Gen Z. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't want to do 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
They really don't want to do 9 to 5. They're looking at, can I do a part-time job? Can I work from home? Can I work remotely for 2 months of a year? Sitting in an office 9 to 5? I'm not interested in this. And I would, hand on heart, say probably half of them would say, I don't want a 9 to 5 job. I will try and find something different, which I think then pushes them to that entrepreneurial, doing something on their own, in their own environment, under their own controls, when and where they can work. So yeah, I do think Corona has really pushed those boundaries. But as a CEO, you also get asked those questions in interviews. What times do you work? Can I work from home? Do you have flexibility in timings? And can I work remotely? So those, I think, also make a big part in decisions being made by, do I want a normal 9 to 5 job?
Yeah. I think that people really value their mental health and their physical health more so now than ever before. Yeah. And I think making time for your physical health, and then, like working out and, now we're doing like ice baths and infrared saunas and going for walks and getting sunlight. And so there's that. And then also mental health. You don't want to be, I think the traditional 9 to 5 concept is not conducive to a healthy well-being, at least not for everyone. And I think women are built differently than men as well. And I also think that their structure should be different. No.
If you asked me this question 20 years ago when I first entered the workforce, I'd say probably.
Yeah.
I'd probably say a CEO was going to be a man.
Yeah.
I think that's changed now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, which is really interesting.
Well, 20 years ago, I would have said a man.
Yeah.
Now it's 30% C-suite are females. I'm sure in the next decade, it's going to be 50%.
Are you guys doing anything special for women at SetHub?
Yes. Are we doing anything special? If you look at SetHub today, 48% of our staff are female. So if you look at it from that angle, we support females in business. But if you look at it from a setting up licensing, there is no prominent or dominant males. You also see a lot of females setting up licenses. Are you asking me if there's anything special for females setting up a license? I think it's a great opportunity. And if you're saying that there could be a lot of interest in it, and that's certainly something that would be an angle that would help drive women in leadership, but also give the women the trust that we can support them on their journey when they make that first initial step to become an entrepreneur.
Really?
True, if you come to SetHub.
I don't know. I'm kind of in the middle. I don't know what people think.
It really depends on your business idea and the
I think it
planning.
is, like personally, because of my experience, I think it is, but I don't know if other people think that way.
Yeah.
So like I've had like, where you're in groups and you're talking and some people like have no clue and it's a scary like concept to even like they don't even know what it means. And then some people are like, yeah, it's super easy. So I think the like awareness of how easy it is still not
There yet.
Yeah.
I agree. I always feel that information is key. If you have information and you know what you want to do and you have the knowledge on it and maybe jurisdictions, but even on how to execute it, yeah, I'd probably say walk in the park. The reality is there's so much to setting up a license. So much to setting up a license. Do you want a mainland? Do you want a free zone? What activities are you going to have on your license? What do you want to do? you thought about staff? Are you going to bring people in? Visas, are you going to manage their visas, look after their medical coverage? Because now you're in charge of these people. You need to look after them. What about, well, the big thing now is tax. UAE has tax, corporate tax. Can you navigate this? Do you have websites? There's so many aspects to setting up a license that it can also be really difficult if you don't know what you're doing. So if you have an idea and you can execute on it, walk in the park. But if you can't, you can also get the support that will make it easy for you. It's not easy, but as long as you've got somebody there showing you every step of the way how to do it, it can be easy.
And you guys facilitate everything from A to Z anyway, right? Because I've done now my trade license with them and they're doing everything from A to Z and I haven't had to like worry about anything, which is like a huge headache taken off my shoulders. What would you say is like the quickest, like if somebody wants like a trade license ASAP, like what's the quickest process?
I would probably say that depending on if you need a visa or no visa, but you can get a license in 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
You can get a license in 30 minutes. If you can actually, I mean, compliance is big. UAE is off the grey list. So if you've got all the right supporting, you can get a license in 30 minutes.
So if I came to you and I said, oh, I need a trade license like today, you guys would just do it? And
depending on the activity, depending on what type of license you need, but there is licenses you can get in 30 minutes.
Oh, wow.
I know it's a big step to go down the entrepreneurial route, but as long as you know what you want to do, and as long as you have a business plan in place, and if you don't, no problem, we'll help you out. Trust that you will get the right support in every step. If there's hurdles, we'll jump over them together. If there's challenges, we'll work through it together. But the most important thing is if you see something and you feel that you want to go down that route of being an entrepreneur, don't stop. Go for it.
Yeah, I think the first thing is to really identify what it is that you want to do. And sometimes it's really not a popular choice. And I really believe in like passion and what your talents and gifts are, because that's always the starting place. And then once you know what that is, then it's all action. It's taking action every single day, taking massive action. And the first thing that makes it real is getting the trade license. I'm really happy to hear that you guys like do everything. Like you even help with the business plan. I didn't know that before. And I think that support will help a lot of entrepreneurs taking that first step so that then they're able to, do the real stuff. Self-doubt is so normal. It's so normal. You will doubt yourself every single day, but you just keep going. It's okay to fail. It doesn't mean anything. And what people say also doesn't mean anything. You just keep going. You are here to live on this earth for your own destiny, and you are the one that has to live with it at the end of the day. So be proud.
Working out well. But again, no risk, no story. I can tell you 1,000,001 stories of my 2023 that you'd be like, how are you still?
Oh,
Yeah, to a certain extent, but the ending is happy. The ending is always happy.
Alhamdulillah.
And it's taking the first step. People that are working from 9 to 5 are so sick of the bosses. I've never failed like that in my entire life. Failure, below zero, like rock bottom, under it. And then I'm like, you know what? Let me learn. What kept me going is that every morning I would say to myself, you feel like shit, but you got out of bed that day.
Yeah.
And you did it, and you did it very well.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody could tell what was going on in the background. I put on my best smile, and then I allowed myself to, let's say, break. But yeah, and then eventually you learn from it. You learn how to power through, and you learn how to like not get scared when stuff fall apart or don't go your way. And that's the beauty of starting your own business, and this is what SetHub helps people do to us. And
I like that they're supporting people because before you felt so alone. Like
Yeah.
I remember like because I've been with them for a long time. They were another company before, and like when you're not feeling supported and you feel alone, you feel like the entire weight of the world, not even this business, the world is on your shoulders, you know, and you're like, I can't, you know. But the fact that they're helping yani with little things, it's a huge relief.
And it's the team that they have. When you walk into their office, everybody's smiling, everybody's so
Alhamdulillah.
helpful. Good, we'll add